One of the great challenges in giving your life to God is beginning to confuse yourself with God and forgetting that you are not God, that the God you say you love and you want to follow is someone totally other and may be very different from you, in fact, challenging you to grow beyond that which you now are. Religious people have a bad reputation for being very judgmental of those they consider sinners, of people who don't measure up to a litmus test of correctness, of virtue, of however they may describe it. When we read the Gospels, if there's anything that comes close to a universal characteristic of Jesus' life, it's his mercy, his gentleness, his compassion, his willingness to embrace the sinner. This image was painted for an inner city church here on the Atlantic coast back in the early 1990s, at the time of the first invasion of Iraq. A time when we were beginning to demonize Muslims. I told the pastor that I would paint the Good Shepherd, that was the name of the church, provided I did not have to put a woolly lamb in Jesus' arms. Always the Good Shepherd is shown with his baby lamb that everybody could love. In fact, you'd have to be a psychopath not to love this cute little lamb. I said, you've got to give me the freedom to reinterpret this in light of something that will challenge your people. In honor of the Eastern churches and also the people we were demonized, I wrote Jesus Christ in Arabic instead of Greek. Instead of making Jesus a pale Caucasian or even an olive-complected Caucasian, I gave him a brown coloration of somebody from the Middle East. I took him out of philosopher's garments and I put him in the clothes of a Bedouin. And instead of a cute little lamb, I put a goat. A gospel text that really challenges us comes from Matthew, where Jesus, the only time he's talking about judgment at the end of the world, he separates in his symbolic language sheep from goats, like a shepherd. And the sheep are the ones who have listened to him and have given food to the hungry poor, who have visited the poor in jail, who have clothed the poor when they were naked, who have visited the poor when they were sick. And the goats are the ones who fail to do this. And the sheep are saved, and the goats go to hell. Seems very black and white, and yet taken together with everything else that Jesus says, and the ways that he embraces tax collectors and prostitutes and Roman soldiers and people who are unclean, allows them to touch him, things that a pious Jew would never do. That same Jesus who says, okay, this is what you will do if you are not saved, and this is what you will do when you are saved, if you are saved. We have to believe the same Jesus in his compassion also embraces the sinner. So not only did I give him a goat, I gave him a male goat. I, at one point in my monastic career, had to take care of goats. And while female goats are fine, and they're very intelligent, whatever, male goats really stink. And they can be extremely aggressive. They're not very pleasant creatures. This shepherd is embracing a smelly old billy goat, the epitome of the symbol of the sinner. And so the Good Shepherd, as the demonized enemy of America, embracing the sinner, saying, what do you make of this?